Hi there, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and for those of you who are new here, my name's Amy. I'm a full-time reseller primarily on the Poshmark app, and today for you I will be doing a ship with me video. So I last shipped on Saturday and today is Tuesday, so these are the items that sold over the last couple of days. The first item is this 14 karat white gold Dainty delicate chain necklace. And this I had gotten in a thread up mystery jewelry box. And I don't think they do those anymore, but it was pretty fun. I think it was £5 for $40. So I paid less than $5 for this. I had it listed for $129, and I used my Poshmark VA to send out 20% offers on everything in my closet. The buyer then sent me an offer for $50, which wasn't quite high enough for what I was looking to get for this. So I counter offered $75 and they accepted. So that made my net profit $55 after my cost of goods and Poshmark fees. I'm using a box from the dollar store and ribbon that I thrifted from an estate sale or a thrift store. I only get ribbon when I can buy it secondhand and reuse it. I don't buy new. The next item is this really chunky statement necklace. It's turquoise beads with sterling silver clasp and little charm on it. This I picked up at an estate sale for just $5. I had it listed, and like I said, I had my Poshmark VA send out offers for 20% off everything in my closet, and it sent a buyer a $71 offer with discounted shipping, and they accepted. So after Posh fees and my cost of goods, my net profit was $50.08, which I think is pretty great. So for this, I am just wrapping it in bubble wrap, and I'm going to use one of these small flat rate boxes. I'll be sealing all of these up off camera so you don't have to listen to the noise of my packing tape there. The next item is this funky, cute little 60s brooch. And this I had listed for $29. And again, my Poshmark VA sent out that 20% offer with discounted shipping. So the buyer accepted my offer of $23. I had paid just $1 for this, so that made my net earnings $15.68, which I think is fine for a $1 investment. I'm using one of these little plastic boxes. I get these at the dollar store. They're usually on the end caps, but I think they're kind of cute and fun, and they're only 10 cents. And I've gotten a lot of good feedback from my jewelry buyers who have gotten these. They think they're cute and they think they can reuse them. So that's a win-win for me. And I ship a lot of my jewelry in these flat rate padded envelopes, so that's what I'll be using again for this. The next item that sold is this vintage wide brown leather belt, and I'll say this over and over again, I love selling belts. If you watch my other ship with me videos, you'll see that I sell them almost daily, and while they are not always a huge profit, I find them easy to list and ship and source. So I had this listed at $39, and had sent out some different offers, including that 20% off offer yesterday. And a buyer counter offered $20, which was really less than I would have liked to get for this belt. But I'm trying to keep momentum going in my closet, and I find the more offers that I accept and the more items I sell, the more activity happens in my closet. So like I said, the buyer offered me $20 and I accepted. I had paid $3 for this at a thrift store. So that made my net profit $20. Oh, excuse me, $13, which I think is fine. I'm happy with every little bit that I can get. And for this box, I am going to use this cube box. It's box number 4, and I like it for these wider belts because you don't really have to add additional packaging into it. It fits nicely in there. So the next sale is another belt, and it is this, I don't know if this is truly vintage or just vintage style, but it's a Silvertone Thunderbird belt, and I just thought it was pretty cool looking, and I've had good luck with these kind of metal chain belts in the past. So I had also had this listed for $39, and my Poshmark BA sent out the 20% off offers, and a buyer counter offered $25. And I thought that was pretty fair, so I went ahead and accepted that. I had paid just $2 for this at a thrift store. So after fees, that made my net profit $18, which I think is pretty great. And I'll be using the small flat rate box for this because that fits in there pretty nicely. Next up, another belt. This is a genuine leather Hot Topic belt with kind of studded and star details. I also had this listed for $39, and it was a full price sale. So that's always exciting. And I had paid $3 for this at a thrift store. So after posh fees, my net profit was $28.20, which I am not going to complain about at all. I think that's great. And the buyer gets this cool genuine leather belt that they may not be able to find other places. I'm just using tissue paper from the dollar store to wrap this up, and I am going to use this small flat rate box again to ship it. And the next item is this vintage suede leather jacket with kind of a ruffle detail at the front. This is Country Clothing Company. Now this ended up being not a very good buy. I got this in a fill the bags sale that one of our local churches does. So I did only pay less than $1 for this, but it had quite a few flaws that I didn't notice at the time, and it took me quite a while to sell it. So again, this was an offer that Poshmark BA sent out of 20% off with discounted shipping. So they sent an offer for $16, and the buyer accepted. So after the shipping discount and Posh fees, my net profit on this was $10.08, which I don't usually like to list things that I just make $10 on, but you know, small bread and butter sales are just as important as big sales. So I am happy to see this go, and I hope that the buyer thoroughly read the description and they will be pleased with the coat. And I'm using this medium-sized mailing box. Next up is another belt. This is a horsehair belt, and they call it hitched horsehair. And this has an interesting, possibly silver-plated buckle. Some of these hitched horsehair belts can go for pretty high dollar amounts. I've sold one that had leather with it for as high as $130. This one was not as well done and had some flaws. So the buyer sent me an offer for $40 on it. I believe I had it listed for $49. And I had paid just $3 for this at a thrift store, so I thought that was a fair offer. So I accepted, making my net earnings $26.32. So I think that's pretty great. I tend to be pretty happy with belt sales where I, you know, make about $15 to $30. And I had one more sale that I forgot to pull, but I'll just tell you what it was. It was a pair of Eddie Bauer kind of hiking shorts. And I had bought those for myself for $6 at the Goodwill. And the buyer sent me an offer for $25. So after Posh fees, that made my net profit $14. So all in all, a good couple of days, especially with the number of packages going out. I like to move out inventory and bring new inventory in. So I will be back tomorrow or the next day to share my sales for then. See you then. Hi there, it's Thursday and I'm back at my shop to ship out my sales from the last couple of days. And I am pretty happy with what I've got to show you. So the first item is this pair of Lululemon shorts, and I used the size dot in the pocket to look up the style name for these, and it turned out that it looked to be a more desirable style. They're super soft, so I can understand why people would want them. Someone liked these, and my Posher VA sent out an offer to them for 10% off, which was $49 with discounted shipping. I had paid $5 for these at our regular Goodwill. So that made my net profit $31.52. And these had only been listed maybe a couple of weeks. So I think that's a great turnaround for this sale. And I will go ahead and seal that up off camera. The next item is this, believe it or not, winter jacket. It's Abercrombie and Fitch. And I got this at a fill-the-bag sale, and I didn't realize at the time, I don't know if you'll be able to see that it had this tear in the sleeve. But it's fill a giant garbage bag for $5. So I paid less than $1 for this. So I just decided to go ahead and list it anyways because this style seemed to have pretty good comps. So I listed it and someone liked it, and my Posher VA sent them out a 10% off offer with discounted shipping. So the offer was for $22, which isn't a huge amount, but I only paid $1 for it. So that made my net earnings $13.92. And something that a tip that I will mention is that I always still list flawed items. So I won't purposely buy a flawed item, but if I find it or find the flaw after I buy it, I'll still list it, and I'll just list it at a lower price. And sure enough, things still seem to sell. I think, you know, people are excited to get a bargain, and this actually sold pretty quickly. I think maybe I listed this 3 weeks ago, and it's not even winter. So, you know, that's not a huge profit, but it prevented it from going to the landfill. And somebody's got a nice jacket and they can put a little patch over that rip or whatever they want and still have a good coat. So I'm going to ship it in this large box number 7, which I use for most of my coats. And I also like to use it for handbags. So the next item are all belts. You can just call me the belt lady, I guess, because I love selling belts, but since I started my YouTube channel and I'm talking about it all the time, I feel like I'm selling even more. I think I've sold 6 or 7 belts just this week, so that's pretty cool. But this is a belt with a Montana Silversmiths buckle, and it's on a Bill Adler design leather belt. So I have this listed for a higher amount. I think I had it listed for $69. And a buyer put it in a bundle and asked if I would send them an offer on it. And I had already actually sent them a few offers on it. So I just said, you know, I've already sent you offers on this and it's been less than 90 days, so I can't send you another one. But if you counter offer $45, I will accept. And so she did. And the buckle had some tarnish and scuffs and whatnot on it. So I thought that was a fair price. And I had only paid $3 for the belt at a thrift store. So after posh fees, that made my net profit $33. So I think that's really great. And as I say over and over again, I really like picking up and selling belts as a bread and butter item. You know, these 3 belts that I'm shipping out today will add about $80 in sales to my last couple of days, so that's great. Okay, the next item is this vintage tooled leather belt, and it's got some interesting designs on it. It has some nice patina and scuffs, and so I used keywords on this like hippie and boho, probably western, vintage, retro. And this I think could be a men's or women's belt. But I had that listed for $39 and the buyer liked it, and my Posher VA sent out a 10% off offer with discounted shipping. I had paid $2 for this at a thrift store, so that made my net profit $23.32, which I think is awesome. And for this, I am using the small flat rate box. The belts fit really nicely in that. So the last item is this woven leather belt with this really cool mother of pearl large size buckle. I don't know if you can see that leather there. And again, I had this listed for $39 and a buyer liked it, and my Posher VA sent out an offer of 10% off with discounted shipping, and they accepted. And I had paid, again, $2 for this at a thrift store. So that made my net profit $23.32. Sorry, I'm struggling a little bit here. So I usually just wrap belts in tissue paper. And for these two with the bigger belt buckle, I am going to put a little bit of bubble wrap in there to kind of protect the buckle, just in case. Sometimes I think I might overdo it with packaging, but I'd rather not have items get damaged in transit. So for these ones with the larger buckles, I am using this little bit larger box, which is 1096L. And that just gives it a little bit more room for the buckle. And like I said, I'm just wrapping a little bit of tissue paper around it for a little extra protection. So that's it for today. All in all, I'm happy with my sales from the last couple of days, and I'm just continuing to list to hopefully keep sales going and keep moving things out and listing new items. So I will see you in the next couple of days. Hi there, it's Saturday and I am here shipping out my sales for the last couple of days, and I'm pretty excited. I had some good high dollar sales. So let's get started with the first item. It is this pair of Edwin. The style name is Bailey, the worker pant. And these were sold through Sundance magazine. And I tend to have pretty good luck with items from Sundance. They have good style, usually good fabrics, and good quality. So I picked these up not too long ago, maybe just 2 or 3 weeks ago at my regular Goodwill. There was a whole rack of items that looked to be from the Sundance catalog. Well, there was a bunch on the new rack. And I paid $6.99 for these pants, which I thought was a great deal. And I listed them for $99, and it was a full price sale for $99. So that is always wonderful when you get full price sales. And I wasn't sure what to price these at because I couldn't find any sold comps on these. So I just decided to start on the high end. And I'm glad I did because they sold for $99. So after my cost of goods and Poshmark fees, my net profit was $72.20, which I think is awesome on one item. So the next item is this really cute little purse wristlet by Chala. And normally I wouldn't necessarily pick something like this up, but I just thought it was so sweet. And I know there's a lot of people that like Dachshund and Basset Hound items. I have some friends who are crazy for them. So I just decided to pick this up because it was only $3. And I had it listed for $25. Someone liked it, and my Posher VA sent out a 10% off offer with discounted shipping for $23. So after Poshmark fees and my cost of goods, my net earnings were $12.72. Not my best, highest earnings or anything, but this did sell pretty quickly. I think I only had it listed for a couple of weeks. So it was easy to pick up and list and ship. So I am happy with that. Every little sale helps. The next item is another belt, but this is a real good one. So I don't know if you can see that, but this is a vintage Christian Dior brown leather belt. And I don't think you can see this, but I picked this up at my local St. Vincent de Paul, and apparently they just hadn't really paid attention because they had it in the regular belts for, I think they're $1.80 there. So when I saw that, I was super excited and I grabbed it. I have had this listed for a while, and it did actually sell once before and got returned because she didn't feel like I accurately or thoroughly enough showed the condition. I thought maybe it didn't fit or she was just being picky, but anyways, I took it back and I got an offer this morning for $60, which was a little bit less than I was hoping to get. But it did have some wear and it was definitely vintage and I'd had it for a while. So I just decided to accept that because I only paid about $2 for it. So after Poshmark fees and my cost of goods, my net earnings were $46. So another really great profit. Can't complain about that at all. So I'm going to use this small flat rate box to ship this. I feel like it keeps them a little bit safer than just a Tyvek envelope. So the last item is another pair of Sundance pants that was on that same rack that came out at the Goodwill. It was a new rack, and I think I got 5 or 6 pieces, a couple pairs of linen pants and a linen shirt off that rack, and they were all priced reasonably. These were priced at just $4.99. And again, I only listed these a couple of weeks ago. So I did have them listed at $69, I believe. And I got an offer this morning for $45, which I thought was reasonable. So I just decided to go ahead and accept that rather than wait for another $5, $10. Because as everyone's been talking about, sales seem to be a little bit off, a little slow. I'm not really sure what's going on, but I'm just trying to stay focused and keep listing and keep moving things out and bringing new things in. So I just decided to go ahead and accept it. So like I said, they offered $45. I had paid $5 for these. So after Poshmark fees and my cost of goods, my net profit was $31. So I think that's pretty great. Overall, I am happy with my sales for this week. And I'm just continuing to try and list as many items per day, either new items or relist, and accept reasonable offers so that I can keep that momentum going in my closet. So that's all I have. I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you are liking my videos, I would really love it if you would subscribe to my channel, give this video a thumbs up, and comment down below maybe what your favorite piece was or whatnot. And I'm planning on continuing to do these ship with me videos because they seem to be getting a lot of views and you seem to like them. So we will see you next week. Thanks for tuning in.